YouTube as well. All right. We are now going to be streaming on YouTube. Make sure that we're muted. Welcome. We want to teach everybody today how you can make $10,000 a month from growing moringa. The first thing that you're going to need is a dry room. So we'll talk about exactly what you need to set up a dry room. Hope everybody can hear me well. You can text me. See if this works. Get into the chat here. Welcome everybody, chat. Let me know if everything is working all right. 813-567-3100. All right. Let's see, I'm going to refresh this real quick. Just that way everything is working clean. Welcome everybody. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask here. We're also live on TikTok as well as YouTube. Let me see if this works. 813-567-3100. There we go. You can text me. I'm also going to give everybody the Zoom link. So you can come into the Zoom if you'd like, and we can talk together one-on-one. I'm going to go ahead and share the link here. I'm going to copy the invite link. Hey, welcome everybody. Happy Sunday. If you'd like to co-host with me, here is the Zoom link. And you can come in and would love to talk to you one-on-one. Just get ready for a camera, of course. Just get your camera ready and also make sure that your camera is still. And so that way we can hear you. I'm actually just having some lunch. I'm getting my Moringa smoothie in today, of course. I've got my chocolate Moringa smoothie ready to power me up here for the next hour or so. Wonderful. Someone's here saying that they found a full-grown moringa tree and it's at a nursery and they sold it for $35. That's a great deal. Now, one of the things that you'll want to do from there is possibly get it in a new pot right away or put it in the ground. I'm also going to pull up my members area. I can share the screen. And we can just also go through the members area and even talk about the free marketplace as well, if you have any questions. Oh, okay. So this person is asking, thanks, Alan. Alan is asking, what strain produces more seed pods? There is a strain called the mole for seed pods. Also, I think the pt.1 is a little shorter and does produce more seed pods. Also the Momax 3 for drumsticks. Momax, sorry, that was Momax, not Momaz. So if you want more drumsticks off your tree, you'll want to grow the Momax 3 or the Mole. And you'll want to be in an area that doesn't freeze or doesn't frost, because your trees will take about 2 years to get to a really good drumstick. You'll want the first set of drumsticks to push through and harvest, but a lot of those first round drumsticks could be duds, and they may not actually produce a dark, mature tree. I have a lot of that information actually here in my book, Grow Moringa, the Ultimate Guide. And also a lot of that information is available inside of my members area continually if you have these questions. Oh, good. Hey, Lilo. Lilo is here asking about the testing. Absolutely. So some of the ways to make sure that your soil is safe when you're growing your moringa trees, especially for commercial production, especially if you are producing moringa for food or for animals. you'll want to make sure that there's no heavy metals in the soil. So you are making sure that you don't have mostly lead. This test here also, this does a few other things as well. There's eight heavy metals that this test shoots for. You want to make sure there's no mercury and a few other things. Here, it's very simple. You just put your soil inside of the bag here and you fill it up and you ship it out to them. And I have that actually on my website for a soil test. If you need a soil test, I can actually go to the link here on my shop, and that'll share with you more information about soil test. I have that here. I'm going to link that to you here so that way you can get to it. Soil test. Get your soil test from us. It'll get shipped right to your house, and then you can submit it. There's a laboratory that takes care of it. Now, the other test that you want to make sure is good and clean is your leaves. So the next step is to actually have a high quality leaf that you are producing and making sure that you test the food grade quality of the leaf itself, right? See here, if there's anybody that wants to come in and join me in the room, I'm more than happy to bring you in as a co-host. We would love to chat just one-on-one, you and I, and ask questions. If you want to come in, I can share the link for the Zoom to come in. This is the link here. If you guys want to come into the meeting, you can use that link, and I will see here that you're in the waiting room, and I'll let you in the waiting room so that way we can talk more one-on-one if you'd like to get in. Oh, Alan's in Dunedin. Wonderful. It's one of my dream places, paradise. It actually is said to be the Garden of Eden. Absolutely. It's got Eden in the name. Go figure. So I love that place. I go there all the time. I love harvesting the seaweed actually from the beaches there. So I can actually put the seaweed on my soil and on my raised beds. Hey, Leo's here. Hey, Plantista, welcome back. Hey, Corby's here. Welcome, Corby. Oh, good. So Corby's getting going. I know that we've been talking for a few years and actually has moringa flowers on their trees. Good job. I like to separate the flowers, dry the flowers, and produce a product from the flowers. I even powder the flowers. Just want to make sure anybody here on TikTok, if you have any questions, I'm also here watching the screen. So that way, if you have any questions, I'm also live on YouTube right now. If you wanted to come in and actually do a one-on-one and co-host this meeting with me, I would love to have you come inside. I have a YouTube channel, Grow Moringa, and if you join the meeting, I would love to have you come in and we can chat. That way we're more one-on-one and others can also hear your questions. Oh, Max. Good. So we talked about the testing. So you get the soil test and also the food grade leaf test, which also tests for heavy metals. The leaf test also tests for mold and bacteria. You want to test for mold and bacteria. So as I stated when I first came in here, one of the very first things that you want to have to make money from moringa is a drying room. You want to be able to dry your greens. We have a lot of people that are willing to harvest. We also have a lot of trees that are in need of a harvest. The issue is that the people do not have the ability to dry the leaves as well. And so we have a shortage of drying rooms. So if you yourself may have a warehouse or a shed or an entire trailer that can be devoted to drying moringa, you have a one-up on, say, if you don't even have any trees. So if you don't even have any trees and you've got a bunch of trees in your area, one of the things that you can do is you can dry greens on your property. Just dry them. We need to get it to a loose leaf. We need to get your greens to a loose leaf. This is a nice loose leaf here. Look how beautiful that is, right? And then the next step from loose leaf. So let's back up, you know, because you got to start with trees. So you can harvest the trees, dry them. You dry them for about 5 days, and then bring them in to sift. You have to sift them from there, because a lot of people inside the members area, they're getting to a dry leaf, but then they're packaging without sifting it. And so you have to sift it in order to get a nice fine leaf without any sticks or stems. That's something that somebody would purchase. It doesn't just look like a pile of leaves. Paz is asking if you can freeze dry the leaves. Absolutely. You can freeze dry it. You know, a tabletop freeze dryer is going to dry, you know, maybe 100 grams, maybe 200 grams. This is 227 grams. So you're going to need, if you really want to make $10,000 a month, you're going to need a walk-in dry room. You know, say like you're going to need a walk-in freeze dryer. So you need to be able to walk into the room to be able to have racks to be able to harvest enough greens. To make $10,000 a month, you're going to be needing to push several kilos a week of dried greens. Okay. Wonderful. Alan is asking from Dunedin if I sell 2 or 3 different types of the Moringa. So different types of Moringa. I really just focus on the one at my nursery. I just focus on pt.1. And I really like the leaves to be dark green. So I also focus on the trees that have a really dark stem to them, because some trees developed a really dark stem. Someone liked to say that those ones developed in a special place, because if you'll notice, there's like 2 different types of PKM1, or maybe it might be PKM1, PKM2, or it might not even be PKM1. It might just be a regular Moringa oleifera. But you'll have 2 right next to each other, and one of the stems will be green and the leaves will be lighter green. Right next to it, you'll have another tree that has darker greens with a darker red stem to it. The stems turn red. And so I really like the ones with red stems. So if you can find one that has red stems, the leaves are a lot darker. And I just really grow the PKM1 with the red stems. Those are my ideal ones, because I like to get greens and I like to get drumsticks, and they serve me really well, where I can get greens, and then even when they're producing drumsticks, they're not producing so much drumsticks that I still can't get greens, because I still like to make money off of greens. I really love to produce loose leaf and tea. That's one of my cornerstones of the company, and what I like to offer is tea and loose leaf. So I really just focus on the PKM1. I might get a couple of trees here and there that are a little bit different, that aren't really PKM1s, but usually as they mature, I can usually tell if some are shorter or some produce a lot more drumsticks. But also in the same room, in the same area, the same space, you'll have one that produces more drumsticks, and then you'll have one that produces more greens. And that's because as they get older, one will mature into a female and one will mature more so into a male. And they have the ability, when they're young, they are considered hermaphrodites. Trees are hermaphrodites. And so when they get older, they end up becoming more mature, and they decide, okay, we're going to have one female out of the group of males. And the one female will end up producing a lot more drumsticks than the males. So that's a thing too. So that's maybe what Momax did, and maybe what the Mole did is make them like become more female. Right on. So someone here on TikTok is asking, does boiling the leaves burn the vitamins? I know what you're saying. I don't like to actually boil the leaves. I like to dry them, air dry them in a room. I don't like to add any heat. I don't really like to like put them in a dehydrator. And then I don't really like to put them on like boiling water. I like to heat the water, remove it from the heat, and then add the moringa leaves, because I do like to preserve as many nutrients as I can, because I know that vitamin C is very sensitive to heat, which is why it's like when things are pasteurized, especially say like orange juice, they actually have to put the vitamin C back in, because it's been pasteurized, so it's been heated up. So it's not actually vitamin C from the orange juice. You're just drinking the orange juice pasteurized, and they actually add the vitamin C back in there. The plantista is here, and I do believe the plantista is in Spain. And he was saying that he was in a shop in a village near him or her. I'm not even really sure. I'm sorry, we haven't even really spoke on the phone even. But just don't want to assume, right? So, and they were selling moringa loose leaf for 21 euro, 100 grams. That's amazing, because that's about what I do, is about 20 bucks for 100 grams. And then I do 227 grams here. No, I usually do 100 grams for 20 bucks. And then I've got 227 grams here for 30 bucks. And I like to put them in a package. See here. I like to put them in a package like this. I like to put them in a box. I've got a lot of different products here. I can show you all how I'm making income, especially you got to get to $10,000 a month. That's $300 a day. So how can you make $300 a day from moringa? And so what I like to do is sell the tea. This is 30 bucks. I have to sell 10 of these a day, right? And it fits right in here in this box here. And this is one of the ways that I make income from moringa. It's selling about 10 of these a day, right? Just 30 bucks. I do have a sale. I do have a sale on these. You can put Moringa 10 inside of my website. I have a shop. I'll just type that in here for you guys. If you want to get your moringa tea from me, you can use code Moringa 10. I have a very limited supply, but it's summertime right now. And we have a lot of loose leaf right now. We'd love to provide you all with some fresh. HTTPS. So the best way for you to make cash fast is to have a dry room. You've got to have a dry room. Right on, right on. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so we've got some more questions here. We talked a little bit about the differences in the seed, what produces more drumstick, and what I like to prefer. I really just have the pt.1, and would love to see you, Alan, inside the members area. If anything, start off with the free marketplace so we can get to know each other more. Free marketplace is HTTPS and then Moringa marketplace.mn.co. Throughout the week, you can ask any questions that you might need help with, share photos. You can even make sales inside of the free Moringa marketplace. Just let us know what you got. Someone is like, hey, I've got seeds for sale. And I was like, well, can we see a picture of it? And also, where's the link to buy it from you? So I'm trying to help train people that when they make a post and they're really trying to sell something, don't do it halfway, do it all the way. Tell people, buy here. Here's my photo of my sale. And even you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm having coupons. And also I have lots of photos and I have lots of examples and showing people exactly what it looks like, what the packaging looks like. These are all skills that we're trying to raise everybody up, especially if you're trying to sell Moringa. I want to have like a community of sales people that know how to sell, and they're just not frustrated with not making money from this, because salesmanship and selling is an important skill to have, especially in today's world. Wanting to know how to sell is very important. So when you're selling a product, people, especially in today's world, people want to see what you have. And so that's why I have my book here. So that way you can get some training on your salesmanship. $10,000 a month is $300 a day. What are some other things that are important for you to have in order to make some sales? You can take your loose leaf and then get to powder. Once you get to powder, you could even then get to supplements, right? Supplements are a really, really cool and great way. Matter of fact, I get more people trying to order supplements than anything else, but I have a hard time keeping up with the amount of supplements that people order. People are ordering so many supplements, 100, 500, 1,000. It was actually the best seller on my website until I took it down. It's just a little bit too much for me to even manage or even handle. It's a lot of work to keep up with that many supplements. So if you get to the point where you're making supplements in a clean environment, in a clean room, it's going to be something that you can sell. We can talk a little bit about rules, licensing, regulation, and anything like that. And I can even share my screen here. Oh, Aviator Dave wants to come in. Oh, good. Good. Somebody wants to come in. Welcome. Okay, someone's going to come in here. If you want to come in here, Aviator Dave, please don't hesitate to ask questions if you'd like. This right now, so like you're in here now, and this is live on YouTube, just so that way you know. And more than welcome to ask any questions. He's got his photo here. Was there anything that you wanted to talk about here? If not, because this is not like a members meeting, because normally we have like a private Zoom for a members meeting. This is actually live on YouTube. I just wanted you to know that. But you're more than welcome to unmute and ask any questions. That would actually help me a great deal while we're here live.
I'm just going to listen.
Hey there.
I'm just going to listen in.
You just want to listen? Okay, well then the best thing right now is to just listen just on YouTube, because what I'm asking is because this is a special YouTube live, that anybody that wants to actually come into the room to be more active with me one-on-one to ask me questions. So let me go ahead and we can get together, in the members area, which is a little bit more of a private setting. And then if anything, just hang out with us on YouTube, and would love to help you out in any other way. I'm going to go ahead and take you out of this. And if anybody wants to come in here into the Zoom, I am here in the Zoom. If you want to ask questions live with me, ask me questions live one-on-one. Get in on the Zoom with me. I'm going to go ahead and post that here. That's the Zoom link if you want to get in here. Thank you. Thanks, Aviator Dave. I appreciate you for wanting to come in and chit chat and also just listen. We're going to have much more of a one-on-one meeting for the members on Wednesday. Aviator Dave has been coming in on the Wednesday meetings and just asking some really good questions. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going live just for the members in the members area, just to help them out, a little bit more of a one-on-one session. No problem. Okay, thanks, Aviator Dave. I appreciate you. All right.